Hey, it's Michael Edward, creator of How to Crush Your Mental Blocks in 4 Weeks, which is a course that teaches you how to identify and remove those mental blocks that's stopping you from reaching your level of success. Hey, it's Michael Edward. Let's talk today about how to have a successful New Year's resolution. All right? If you've been around for a few years, which you have because you're watching this video, you've probably made New Year's resolutions and they probably didn't stick. No surprise there. I think we all have been through that. But how does one make a New Year's resolution that will stick? Well, first of all, what is a New Year's resolution? Quite often, a New Year's resolution is really just something that we do on a whim. And I mean, I woke up how many times New Year's Day with a granddaddy of all hangovers and said, you know what, I'm never going to drink again. This is it. I'm never going to drink again. I'm done. That's it. A couple weeks later, I'm with my buddies again and off we are partying and go through another hangover. May not be as bad, but it'll still be a hangover. That's just a New Year's resolution that's based on emotion, based on reaction. It's not a real resolution. You need to think about a resolution. You need to think about why you're doing the resolution. All right? And you basically got to look before you leap if you want to succeed. In other words, really think about it. Why? Why do I want to quit drinking? Well, because I don't want to have hangovers. Because and incidentally, I don't drink anymore, and it's not because of any real decision that I made. It was quite the opposite. If I drink, I'm screwed up for a couple of days, even if I just have a little bit to drink, and my head is not as clear, and it interferes with my work. And that's the primary reason why I stopped drinking, was to be more successful in everything else that I do. So, you see, I gave it some thought as far as the result and what I expected of myself. And that's why I don't drink hardly ever anymore. I don't even remember the last time I had a drink. But it's because it was something that I needed to do in order to be more productive in my life and just all around feel better anyway. All right. So you want to look before you leap if you want to succeed. So look, think about it, really analyze the whole thing. And find a resolution that actually is meaningful to you. And number 2 is it's okay to fail. You see, if you think about everything that you do as far as habits, all right, you got good habits, you got bad habits, you got productive habits, you got non-productive habits. And when you think about making a resolution or a goal or dream, there's habits that go along with it. If you want to be healthier, then you need to think in the terms of building good eating habits, exercise habits, and so forth. Drink more water, all that good stuff. And if you're trying to quit something, you quit smoking, you quit whatever, then don't think of it as far as quitting something. Think of it as developing a new habit. So in place of smoking, I'm going to develop a better habit of breathing, living, having more energy, exercising. Obviously, you want to throw in exercise in place of smoking. That makes a big difference. But it's okay to fail. If you fail, it's your reaction to the failure that's important here. Not the failure itself, it's your reaction. If you think, oh hell, I'm off the wagon, I may as well just keep going. And instead of having the thought of, oops, I slipped up, I screwed up, but it's okay. Tomorrow is a whole new day. We can start again tomorrow. You see what I'm saying here? It's your reaction to the failure, not the failure itself, that will dictate whether you keep going or you don't keep going. Right? And when I used to, train in the gym, and I used to spend far too much time in the gym, where I was training 3-4 hours a day, 4 days a week. I mean, yeah, I was getting fantastic results. I was looking like a bodybuilder, but I'm not a bodybuilder. I never intended to be a bodybuilder. And I realized that it was just too much time. And as I learned more and more about exercise and so forth, I realized that I do not need to spend anywhere near this amount of time. See, it's not the time that you spend, it's the consistency, right? Almost everything has to boil down to consistency. If you are consistent in something, you will succeed sooner or later, right? It's all about consistency. In most cases, we basically know what we need to do, but are we going to be consistent in doing it, whatever that might be, all right? So it's not the time you spend, in my case in the gym, pumping iron for 3-4 hours a week. This is years ago, as you could probably tell, but it's consistency. Now I go in the gym, I'm in there tops 30 minutes. I work out at a very, very intense program, and it's really quick. The workout itself probably takes me about 15 minutes. The rest of the time is just getting there and getting out. So that's that's why I talk about the time in this one. But consistency is really the key, okay? And you want to think about everything in terms of a habit, and whether it's productive, whether it's healthy, whatever it might be, and allow yourself the time to develop that habit. It takes time, because a habit, my gosh, a habit is a habitual action that we take over and over and over. That's what a habit is. And it becomes a habit over time and consistency. Give yourself the time. Be kind to yourself. Allow yourself the screw-ups. Allow yourself to get back on track. Allow yourself to make life changes, which then become a habit. All right? But it does take time. Okay? And number 3 is talking about personal drive here. Personal drive is a complex subject, but I'm going to touch on one of the key elements, I think, to personal drive, and that's obsession. When you are starting something new, you want to learn as much as you can about that topic. And my definition of obsession, by the way, is where passion plus knowledge equals obsession. So or curiosity really is the word I use. Knowledge, now I can't think of it. Passion plus curiosity equals obsession. So when you're passionate about something, when you really want to do something, and you add in curiosity, now that's obsession. All right? It's the curiosity part that drives the passion up to a level where it's actually useful. I do a whole video on how passion alone is not enough. But anyway, that's sort of the bottom line, is if it's fitness that you're into, I have found, beyond a shadow of a doubt, in everything that I do, but yes, in fitness too, when I'm researching fitness, I tend to go to the gym more or work out more. I do a lot of working out at home. When I don't do any research in the field, then my passion will wane, and I really don't stick to it anymore. I'll go weeks without doing anything, and then I'll realize, hold on, I just went weeks without doing anything. And curiosity is what gets me through, all right? And in my business, of course, I'm curious all the time. I want to learn more. I want to read another book. I want to understand another aspect that I can learn, apply to myself, and teach to you, okay? So definitely you want to get curious about whatever it is that you want to do. And when you are curious and you drive that up to an obsession, then it's really easy to succeed. It's far easier than you can possibly imagine. But you gotta want to study whatever the subject is and keep it in the forefront of your mind. That's what you're doing, is you're not only gaining knowledge, but you're keeping it in the forefront of your mind. All right? And I hope that makes sense to you. Now, in all of this, you have to learn to crush mental blocks. All right? And I have a program, it's called Crush Your Mental Blocks. Right now, I'm in the middle of re-recording it. But if you were to go to my website right now and get the Crush Your Mental Blocks program, It is very inexpensive. It's right now it's a 4-week program. It's going to be more than that, probably 5 or 6 weeks. And there's a lot more content in it. There's a lot more bonuses I'm throwing in there. I'm probably going to throw in my 4 keys. And the 4 keys is what I teach. I insist that any one-on-one client I have learn those 4 keys because they really help keep you on track. There's a lot of other bonuses I'm throwing in there as well. But I'll just go over a couple of the, a bit of the program because I think this is an excellent time for you to consider getting this program. In week 1, I expand on personal drive. We just touched on the obsession side of that. And in week 2, I talk about fears and how they block us. I talk about limiting beliefs and how to crush them. I talk about a limiting belief, by the way. I'll just touch on this really quickly because this could be very, very important to you right now. Limiting belief is often things that you were told growing up, all right? And they limit you. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. I'm not handsome enough. I'm not whatever, right? And we actually believe them. And frankly, limiting beliefs are usually just somebody else's opinion and are totally nonsensical anyway. I call them the non-rules, right? These nonsensical rules that are put on us by society, culture, religion, our friends and family, okay? And so that's week 2. We talk all about fears and so forth. And week 3, we talk about remaining motivated, right? And in remaining motivated, it's easy to get excited about something. It really is. I mean, I used to, I had some friends that went to a motivational retreat, and when they came back, they were bouncing off the walls, right? They were just, I call them motivated idiots, because they didn't have anywhere to focus their energies on, so of course that motivation waned. And what they weren't taught at that particular retreat was how to remain motivated, and that's key, obviously. That's something that you need to know. And in remaining motivated in that week, you learn some tricks and tips and so forth. And and that's week, I think it was 3. And there's so much more in that program. I'm not going to spend all the time here. You can go to my website, and if you're looking at it right now, again, it's Crush Your Mental Blocks in 4 weeks, which I am going to be uploading the new course. If you get the old course, you will get the new course, not a problem. And it is a course that I wanted to develop, my way of saying thank you to everybody for being with me and watching my videos and everything. So I made it very inexpensive. It is only $47, and there is no way that that price is reasonable, just the bonuses alone. But the course, there's downloadable worksheets. I'm also, as a bonus, I'm throwing in the MP3 files of the video, so you can download it to your device and you can listen to it, so you're not strapped to your computer getting the content, okay? That's another bonus I'm throwing in. Anyway, very inexpensive, very good program, and I look forward to seeing what you think of it. So you can check that out at mepersonaldevelopment.com. There'll be a link in the description part of this video. You can go there and grab that course before I crank the price up on it. I don't know if I will, and I don't know if I won't. I haven't decided that yet. But anyway, I'm going to leave the prices where it is for now. All right? So I want you to go out there and figure out what it is that you want for a New Year's resolution or just a goal in general. And I want you to chase that with all you have. Really think about it. Really think about why you need it. And if you're having trouble, by all means, grab that Crush Your Mental Blocks course, and it will help see you through. All right? I am Michael Edward. I want you to go out there every day and enjoy every day. Love as much as you can and succeed.